Chairman Smalls, you can begin.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the Laurel Board of Appeals hearings on Thursday, June 29th, 2023, meeting at 6:00 p.m. I'll call the meeting to order. And the first order of business before we do anything else is I'd like to welcome our two newest members to the Board of Appeals, Michelle Keating and David Johnston. I will give Michelle, David, both of you an opportunity to say a few words. Keep it under 1,000 to start, particularly David. And Michelle, we'll start with you.
Thank you. I'm Michelle Keating, and it's a pleasure to be a part of the committee. So I will keep it that small.
Thank you, Michelle. David?
I'm David Johnston. I think this is the third committee the mayor has appointed me to, and I've lived in Laurel for about 30 years, and I drove by 228 Patuxent Road earlier today. Let's see what happens.
Excellent. So we're ready to start.
Mr. Whitley?
Go ahead. I was going to ask you to call the roll.
Mr. Whitley? Mr.
You're on
Whitley?
mute, Dennis.
Present.
Thank you. Mr. Johnston?
Present.
Ms. Collins?
Present.
Ms. Keating?
Present.
Chairman Smalls?
I'm here.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Can you put up the agenda? I didn't get a chance to print it out.
I do not have it in this slide, but I could, if you give me a minute, I can pull it up.
Okay, I'll do that. I sent the packet to the printer, but guess what? It went to my work printer and I'm sitting at home. So, doesn't do much good. So while we're waiting for that, we can at least, I'll go to agenda item presumably number 1, the approval of the minutes from our November meeting. And if there are no modifications, changes, edits, I will entertain a motion to approve. I guess, Marlene?
So moved.
Thank you, Dennis.
Is it November or December?
November or December, like I said, unfortunately, I apologize, but I don't have the
Yeah, I think on the agenda it says it's December 22nd, 2020.
December 22nd. Thank you.
Yeah.
So the December 22nd meeting. Mr. Whitley has made a motion to approve. I need a second.
I don't remember if I attended or not.
Yes,
As long
you
as
were
you-
there.
I think I did. Okay, I approve. I second it.
All in favor? No.
Aye.
Aye.
Ms. Quillen, will you call the roll?
Mr. Whitley?
I vote aye.
Ms. Collins?
Yes.
Mr. Johnston?
I think I'll have to abstain because I wasn't at the meeting, but
Thank you. Ms. Keating?
Yes.
I think you're going to abstain too because you weren't
Yeah.
present.
Yeah.
Chairman Smalls?
I vote yes.
Motion carries.
All right, Ms. Quillen, I'm going to put the weight on you since you or Mr. Love, since I don't have the copy of the agenda to read into the record. The next agenda item, I will just say that the next agenda item is special exception application number 940228 Patuxent Road. Mr. Burrow, I presume you are going to do the reading for the record?
Yes, I am. Good evening, Mr. Chair and fellow board members. This is Deputy Director Monte Burrows. Special exception application 940 was filed on May 3rd, 2023 by Sunita Hill to establish and operate a nursing home and a residential home. The business, Peace of Patuxent, is proposing to serve and provide respite service for women who are fighting leveling cancers or receiving treatments to the existing resident located at 228 Patuxent Road, Laurel, Maryland, 20707. Under date of May the 10th, 2023, a cover letter, justification letter, and business plan asking for comments were sent to the local state agencies. No agency had issues with the proposed application. Under date of May 10th, 2023, also, a memorandum asking for comments were sent to the following city departments: Police Department, Department of Public Works, Office of Fire Marshal and Permit Service, and Department of Public Works. All comments are in the staff report. On June the 2nd, 2023, a letter explaining the nature of the application and advising of scheduled public hearing before the City of Laurel Planning Commission and Board of Appeals was sent by certified mail to all contingent property owners, and all receipts were returned. Just to note, the business plan of Ms. Sunita Hill, its services will be offered to women 18 years of age and up who are having and received a diagnosis of cancer, actively receiving treatment, or 2-year post-diagnosis. There are no ethnic, income, or educational requirements to receive these services. Priority reference will be granted to women who reside in the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area. The first priority will be the City of Laurel residents. The second priority will be a 25-mile radius from her current home. And the third priority will be the Baltimore, Washington metropolitan area. Program service, respite overnight guests, single bedroom combination permits one person per room for a 2-night stay. All accommodation and services are free of charge except nightly dinner. Guests are responsible for their own dinner. Due to the health sensitivities of our guests, pets are not allowed. Access to the Mediterranean garden, access to the meditation library, and access to scheduled activities. And also, services will be transportation to the provided as needed. A full description of the business proposal is included in the staff report. Per the City of Laurel Unified Land Development Code, Section 2016.5, nursing home per parking is 3 beds per 1 space. The applicant will be using the existing driveway to accommodate parking requirements. At the City of Laurel Planning Commission held on June 13, 2023, the following action was taken on the subject zoning application. On motion by Ms. Badur, second by Mr. Kish, and carried on roll call vote of all members present, voted to recommend approval of special exception number 940 for 228 Patuxent Road, Laurel, Maryland, 20707, as presented in the technical staff report to the Board of Appeals. Staff recommends special exception number 940 located at 228 Patuxent Road, Laurel, Maryland, 20707 with the following condition. The applicant shall obtain a City of Laurel use and occupancy permit. The applicant shall comply with all regulation of the Prince George's County Health Department for protection of the use of the property. The applicant shall submit a refuse plan to the City of Laurel Department of Public Works for review prior to issuance of the use and occupancy permit. The applicant shall comply with all federal, state, and local laws and regulations for protection of the use of the property. The file contains a certificate of publication verifying that this application and public hearing will be advertised in the June 22nd, 2023 issue of the Prince George's Post. The file contains an affidavit signed by the applicant attesting that a zoning sign has been placed on the subject property, has remained and shall remain until the decision is reached by the Board of Appeal. That concludes the reading of the file, Mr. Chair, and the applicant is on the line for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Burrow. Before we go to the applicant, excuse me, I will go to members of the board to see if there are any questions for the applicant. I'll start with Ms. Collins.
It's a single family home at this point.
Correct.
Okay. And there were how many bedrooms?
At the moment, there's 3 that will be used per the guest,
Okay.
and Miss Hill has other rooms also.
Okay. All right. No, I think it's a wonderful thing that you're trying to do.
Mhm. Thank you. Mr. Whitley,
No questions, Mr. Chairman.
thank you. Mr. Johnston,
I drove by the house earlier. I saw where it was. Admirable purpose. And I think Brooklyn told me it's not in the historic district. It's right around there, but there's no concern. I don't have any questions.
wonderful, thank you. And Ms. Keating,
I just want to confirm, it was a maximum or a minimum of 2-night stay or 3-night stay? It's not a long-term care, right?
No, it's not long-term, but Ms. Hill can better answer that. But in the staff report, the most is 2 nights per guest, and Ms. Hill can further elaborate if she wants to.
okay.
I think you did well.
Okay, I do have a couple of questions and for the applicant. Thank you, Mr. Burrow. The 2 types of guests that were in the staff report that were mentioned in the staff report. I guess there's like I guess I interpret it as a sort of, how can I put it? A short-term guest and a 2-night stay guest, someone who's coming in for just a day. Is that the way it's set up? And then there are the 2-night guest arrangement also?
And-
This is for the applicant, yes.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, just to elaborate and to clarify, there is a 2-night guest, and then there is a day retreat. The day retreat persons can come just to stay, or not to stay, they come to visit for a maximum of 4 hours, and that allows them to have lunch on the lawn, read, just meditate. So that is not a stay, it's just to come and visit for the day.
Okay.
Okay.
I just have a couple of other questions. In the preparation of breakfast and lunch, how is that set up? Is there a fully equipped kitchen, or is it like a kitchen in a home?
Okay, it is a kitchen in a home, but it is a prep kitchen. We will not be, according to the Maryland state laws, it is a prep kitchen, so we will be prepping the food that we bring in.
Got it. And my last question is signage. Is there going to be or existing signage on the exterior of the building
No,
or on the, okay, it's no signs at all.
no signs at all.
Okay, all right. All right, the floor is yours.
I have one more question.
Okay, sure.
So if it's a short term stay, is there a real need for that? For like a 1-day or 2-day stay? Do you find that there's a real need for that type of thing?
Yes, according to the data and the research, there is a need for it because it does not exist. There is no place that a woman diagnosed with cancer for just herself can come and stay in the metropolitan area anywhere on the East Coast. To be matter of factly, there is not a home designated just for a woman who is diagnosed or post-diagnosis.
If they need to stay longer, do they have that option?
No, they do not.
Okay.
This is just to give them and that's why it's respite. It is just to give them a break, quote unquote, from their day-to-day treatment or their day-to-day life. And I'll just to elaborate, I believe, and it has been proven that once a woman is diagnosed with cancer, it doesn't relieve her of her duties as being a mother, a daughter, a sister, or a patient. We are providing just a place where she can come as a woman to just take a break for a moment.
Okay,
We provide respite to all. There's respite for caregivers. There's respite for foster parents. There is no respite for a woman who is diagnosed with cancer.
now, do they have to provide their own transportation to get there?
I planned the plan, and in the business plan we presented, we would like to partner with a car service that would bring that woman who is coming to stay in the overnight for 2 nights. She will be coming by a car that I will partner,
Okay,
a car service, I should say that. Be
okay.
clear.
I have a question. The MBA part of me asked this question. I don't know if it's a proper question, but is this service you provide eligible for government grant money?
We're hoping that we can get grants. I am the Peace on Patuxent is a 501c.
Okay.
So it's a nonprofit, and the goal is to get grants. We are self-supporting currently. You know, it's not a business. It is a social service.
Any other comments from the applicant presentation? You want to elaborate a bit more on the need that you recognize in the community? I'm curious as to how your guests find out about the service that you provide and what criteria they have to meet to be a part of the service you provide.
Okay, great. So how will I get, our guests will know because I think it's going to be first the best kept secret in Laurel. It's the best kept secret on the East Coast. That there is, again, as I said, there's no place like it. They will know because the community will continue to speak for itself. We don't have to advertise. We have a website, we have social media, we have those platforms in addition to getting out into some of the chemo centers and the talking with patients and support groups. We have other I call them sister organizations that provide different services for the women. Some of them provide services for women and their families. Some provide it for the caregivers. We partner with them to solicit and inform the woman that this is available. So we communicate. We're already connected. I'm already connected with the some of the groups that I mentioned in the business plan who are in the area, but none offer a respite home for the woman.
I understand. Sounds good. Any other questions from the committee?
The site looks like you're within a mile of a half a dozen churches.
Absolutely.
Right, that would be a good way to get the word out too.
Absolutely, churches and hospitals, and I'm glad you said that. I actually plan once approved to then go out into the community and wave the banner and champion for Peace on Patuxent because it is our community and we're nestled in between both Baltimore, all the research hospitals, Baltimore, DC, and let's not forget Anne Arundel County and Howard County. So it is there. We just have to get out once approved.
Okay. Any other questions? I see we have Bob on the call as well. Bob, anything from you, sir?
No, I live across the street from 228. I'm at 225 Patuxent, and I just want to show my support for for Janilla and the project. She's been a good neighbor, and I feel confident she'll do a good job.
Perfect. That's wonderful. Committee, any other questions for the applicant? Hearing none, I will call for a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion that we approve special exception application number 940 resolution number 23-02 BOA 228 Patuxent Road.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, Ms. Quillen, will you call the roll, please?
Ms. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Whitley,
Yes.
Mr. Johnston,
Yes.
Ms. Keating,
Yes.
Chairman Smalls.
I vote yes.
Motion carries. And Bob, could I get your last name, please?
Reese, Reise.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming out in support of this. It says a lot. Yeah.
She's been, I've lived here 25 years. She's been here almost that long. And she's been a very good neighbor the whole time. So
Wonderful.
I was glad to come on and get some and be able to support her.
Wonderful.
Great.
That's great. Okay, well, that takes care of that agenda item. I appreciate your flexibility there, Brooke. Thank you. Agenda item 4 is election of chair. Will you take over this part of the meeting, Ms. Quillen, or will Mr. Love, or how is that generally done?
We would just be looking for a nomination from the group for chair.
Okay, so
I nominate Fred Smalls to act as chair.
I second it.
I was gonna second it, but
that was fast.
yeah, there was faster. I was gonna second it, but that's fine.
Mr. Whitley,
Yes.
Ms. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Johnston,
Yes.
Ms. Keating,
Yes.
Chairman Smalls.
Well, I'd be not too smart to not vote for myself, so I'll agree.
Motion carries.
And now I'd like to nominate Mr. Whitley for vice chair.
And I'll second that.
I would love to, but my firm's recently been selected as counsel for the Prince George's County Board of Education, and that's going to have a lot of evening meetings. I actually have one that's starting at 6:30. So I don't know if I would be able to handle vice chair and my employment commitments.
That was a nice way of declining there, Ms. Whitley. Ms. Collins or anyone else? Thank you, Bob. We appreciate it. Anyone else on the committee that you would like to nominate for the vice chair seat? I will point out, I'm sorry to cut you off, but I will point out for our 2 new members that Ms. Les is currently the vice chair of the committee.
Has she left the committee or is she going to the historic commission?
I'm not sure. Rob,
I think Brooke was talking about that with me earlier. I don't know if Brooke has more information.
is she no
She's
longer-
actually she's not on the committee anymore because she's currently on the HTC. She's moved
Got it.
back.
So that means that the vice chair seat is vacant.
Correct.
And I feel like I'm too new to say yes to it.
Well, then that leaves the senior member of this team, Ms. Collins.
Does it have to be a senior member? Can we nominate one of them?
Not. It does not have to be a senior member, no.
I would like to welcome and nominate Michelle Keating.
See what you walked into, Michelle?
Lucky you. Okay.
I'll second.
There you are.
Ms.
Ms. Quillen?
Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Whitley,
Yes.
Mr. Johnson,
Yes.
Ms. Keating,
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Chairman Smalls.
Enthusiastically, yes.
And Ms. Keating, if chairman's absent and myself or Ms. Collins are here, we'll happily assist you. I
Absolutely.
just
Okay.
didn't want to take the position knowing that I may miss a few meetings.
Understand.
Right. I just started a new job. I may start another new job. But for all I know, I may run for one of the open council seats. There's so many.
There
I
are
was
some
gonna ask
many.
Fred about that after this meeting or sometime. What is going on? What happened to the mayor for life?
I could not tell you. I have decided to step completely away, so
Okay,
don't know,
yes, just,
don't know. Nonetheless, the business is, let me ask, is there any more business to come before this body? Seeing none, this meeting is adjourned. And maybe David, you and I'll get together sometime over
Yeah.
coffee, and have a chat about,
right, because Jim Cross keeps coming after me.
yes. And we look forward to this new service that will be coming to the city to help those folks who are in need
Right.
of this kind of service. So thank you very much for bringing this to the city.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
would like to remind everybody about the meeting next month. It will be